We're down to the final four teams in this year's Women's Copa America Femenina, and it's Brazil and Uruguay in the second semifinal on Tuesday, July 29th, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time at Estadio Paz Delgado in Ecuador. This matchup sees Brazil heavily favored at minus 800, the draw plus 550, Uruguay plus 2,000. To advance by any means, if we happen to be drawn at the end of 90 minutes, Brazil minus 1,400, Uruguay plus 800, the over 2.5 minus 167, the under plus 130. Both teams to score yes, not expected, plus 200, the no minus 275. Brazil's last meeting with Uruguay was at the 2022 Copa America, and Brazil won that one 3-0 in the group stage. Prior to that, they played in 2014, so we're going back a number of years here in the South American games. That one was 0-0 all time. Not too many meetings. Brazil 3-1-0, score lines 3-0, 0-0, 4-0, and 4-0. For Brazil, they're ranked 4th overall in the FIFA World Rankings. In this tournament, they were first in Group B, 3-1-0, scoring 12, allowing just 1 goal. Both of those were the most goals and the least conceded, both tied with Colombia, of all the teams playing in the Copas. In the group stage, they beat Venezuela 2-0, Bolivia 6-0, Paraguay 4-1, and then drew Colombia 0-0. Despite taking a red card early in that game in the 24th minute, Brazil still held an even amount of possession, 49%. They actually led in the shots, 12-9, and the shots on target were an even 2-2. Their form in 2025, they're 6-1-2. 2 losses in that time against France and USA. No shame there. They had scored in 7 straight games and multiple goals in each game prior to that 0-0 with Colombia. Caroline is among the combined goals and assists leaders this tournament with 4. She has 3 goals and 1 assist. Only 2 players have more in the tournament. She could be worth a prop bet. However, if you're just looking at the stats and you don't dig a little bit deeper, all of those points did come in one game, and that was the blow against Bolivia. She's had no goals or assists since that time, only played 45 and 66 minutes in the 2 games since. She didn't play against Venezuela. She and Gutierrez each have 3 goals each. 3 others have 2, Yasmin, Luani, and Sampaio. For Uruguay, they're ranked 63rd, so there's a big mismatch here. They were second in Group A, 2-1-1, scoring 6 and allowing 3. In the group stage, they drew Ecuador 2-2, lost to Argentina 1-0, beat Peru 1-0, and beat Chile 3-0. Their form in 2025, 4-2-2. Bets on over and under are an even 4-4 to the 2.5 total, so 4 have gone over, 4 have gone under, and they're also an even 4-4 to over or under 1.5 totals. They have 4 games that have seen just 1 goal, and they have 4 games that have seen 3 or more goals. Only 3 players have scored for Uruguay this tournament. Each of those have 2 goals, Gonzalez, Aquino, and Carballo. Best bets between Brazil and Uruguay. Uruguay, the only team in the Final Four that have lost the game during the group stage. Brazil have been solid both offensively and defensively. Even while playing short last game, they had comparable possession and shots and drew that 1-0. There's a huge mismatch here. So much so, these teams don't even often play in South America. Even with limited countries, Brazil rarely matches up with them. They rarely seem to cross paths. Uruguay are into the semifinals for the first time since 2006, failing to get out of the group stage each of the last 4 tournaments. Brazil, meanwhile, the reigning champions, they've won 4 times in a row at the Copa America Femenina, and they've won 8 of the all-time tournaments. You're going to have to bet Brazil to win and score by a few different goals if you want to extract any sort of return here. I would love to throw in some sort of player shot props in a same-game parlay, but it's hard to find those stats, and I don't see very many casinos or any offering shot props here. So the options could be Brazil to score over 2.5 goals, minus 120. Brazil to win by 3 or more, plus 115. You wanted to play it somewhat safer on the Asian handicap. You could take the -2/minus 2.5 at minus 105. You could go over just 2.5 goals in general, not focusing on Brazil. 6 of their past 8 games have seen at least 3 goals. But if you're going to do that, the price would just be better to take Brazil to score 3 on their own, or way better if you were going to just include Uruguay in there to score as well. So we'll just make the best bet Brazil to score at least 3. Brazil over 2.5, coming in at minus 120 for the best bet in the Women's Copa America Semifinals.